demonstrate on how to tie. It's a rig that I've used for probably the last 8 years, maybe 7, since the advent of fluorocarbon. I'm going to be doing it with the Powerlink, which is made in-house by Ultima. They've softened it. It's the next level on. It's ideal for a hook link. I like the bait to curl round, have a little element of travel, and to do it with fluorocarbon is fantastic, and this product offers you that facility. I'll show you what I normally do. I normally take off about 14 inches, because we're doing turns around the hook link gets shorter and shorter. We're going to tie a simple overhand knot. That is just literally to secure the buoy in place. As you can see, just from that is a simple overhand loop, and we're going to cut off the tag end and secure the buoy on. So we're just going to put the buoy through, secure it with a buoy stop. The only hook I use now with any type of fluorocarbon is the stiff riggers, the ESP stiff riggers. Corda do the choddy, you know, anything with an outturned eye. But on this particular rig, because of the way the eye is angled for the chod rigs, try and straighten it back a bit. It's still got a slightly outturned eye, but too much and the hook doesn't sit. You'll see this is all about the way the hook sits aggressively towards the, you know, in conjunction with the buoy. So the first thing you do is take the Powerlink, poke it through the back of the eye, and then slide the hook down into position. And what I normally do is I just push it down so it just passes the top of the buoy. And that's quite critical. You don't want it too close because there's no travel on the hair. The hair still, because this material is quite soft, the hair actually, I love the way the hair separates once the carp takes it in. So what we're doing is doing 3 turns around the top of the hook, and then just by that I'm letting the buoy go, and then I'm taking the rest of the turns around the other side of the hair, and then I normally do about 6 turns and then back through. This is quite critical, not back through the, you know, the face of the eye, but through the back of the eye again. And then that is literally the rig done. And as I said, you know, it's the type of rig, if you turn up and you haven't got a rig tied, I've called it, you know, years and years ago, I called it the basic complicated rig, because it is very, very basic to make, but it's complicated in the way that the hook sits. And once we've done that, we bend the eye out, and if you can see how aggressively that hook sits. I've caught over 100 English 30s on this rig alone. You know, so I know it works for big fish. I've caught a lot of other fish on it, but it's a big fish rig. It can't get any simpler than that. But just the way that the hook sits, it literally takes hold normally in the scissors. That's where you'll get your hook hold. Like I say, you know, a softer material, you can design a rig to hook straight bang in the centre of the bottom lip, but this isn't what it's about. Okay, yep, I'll say a little trick you can do. Because you've tied this, you've gone fishing, you've tied this basically when you've arrived, you can either thread the bag with the pellets. If you're fishing in silkweed or, you know, sort of detritus bottom, you can literally thread on a little bag, pull the hook through. I would normally use the PVA that's a little bit more, this one is not perfect, but you can pull the hook through and you've got a, literally your hook is covered by the PVA bag, so you can cast that onto silkweed, any kind of, you know, sort of mucky area really that you don't want to cast a single bait out onto. And the fluorocarbon, it's perfect. It sinks to all the contours. You can see how supple that is. It will sink to any contours and disappear literally during the daytime, and it definitely upped my catch rate. Well, one of my favourite methods, and this is probably the one that's caught me more big fish than any other method to put on to the basic complicated rig, is literally, it's quite simple, a stringer of 5 boilies. If I was using a double boilie, I'd use